DownHome Up Close is brought to you by
Waxahachie ISD is a growing school district that embraces innovative curriculum and teaching methods while still honoring our traditions of excellence. Our academic programs and exceptional teachers and staff allow every student to excel on every campus, every day. Waxahachie ISD's fine arts, athletic, career and technical education, and other extracurricular programs are respected throughout the state for their long histories of success. We are proud to be a vital part of the city of Waxahachie as we work hard each day to educate the next generation of our city's leaders. We are Hatchie Forever. Roll Tide.
When you walk into your home, the first thing you come in contact with is your floor. You want it to be reliable and stylish, and you want to be sure you have the right professionals to design and craft it. OC Rugs has you covered. They provide durable products that stand the test of time and custom designs that will fit your aesthetic and preferences. OC Rugs products are constructed to be stable and prevent skidding, so anyone, whether you're taking your first steps or it's your first time visiting, can feel confident getting around your home. OC Rugs features products from Cooper Family Floors, a mobile, family-owned business committed to providing quality floor service at affordable prices. Cooper Family Floors puts the needs of the customer first, always seeking to make each project better than the last. They provide luxury vinyl plank and laminate flooring, as well as carpet and pad, engineering wood, and tile. Cooper Family Floors has a combined 42 years of flooring experience and will put that wisdom to work for you without breaking the bank. Whether you need a new floor installed in your home or the right rug to complete your perfect design plan, OC Rugs and Cooper Family Floors will get the job done right. Visit OC Rugs at their Lancaster showroom, located at 1920 North I-35E, or visit their website at www.ocrug.com. For Cooper Family Floors, call 214-437-7424 or visit www.cooperfamilyfloors.com. Hey Ellis County, Kevin Crouch here with Ellis County Weather and Ellis DownHome, and I'm with Mike Leslie of WFAA Channel 8 and Erin Moran, meteorologist with Channel 11. It's KTVT, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I always get the V's and the T's on that stuff, and all that kind of stuff. So you guys live here in Waxahachie, and you work for two different stations. You got a beautiful little girl here. So you guys have a lot happening, right? So we just wanted to... Yeah, well, I mean, you know, she's got to get her input in too. We just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what that experience has been like. You know, coming to Waxahachie and then being a family where you're working at two different stations. I mean, working at a station enough is a big job. So we thought it'd be interesting to kind of learn a little bit about you guys, find out what that experience has been. We talked a little bit about how you guys kind of got your trajectory set, and then COVID just completely, like all of us, right, kind of messed everything up. And well, didn't mess everything up, but big pause on everything.
Changed everything.
Just, you know, you have all these ideas, and it just, you know, it kind of sets everything in a weird direction. So my first question to y'all would be, how did you guys meet? You want to take this one?
Yeah. Well, we met in TV. We met at our first TV station, which was in Springfield, Massachusetts. And I'm from the Boston area. He's from upstate New York, so outside of Albany. And we met in 2012, and it was kind of a whirlwind, I guess. I was an intern. It was my last semester of college. He was the sports guy, and I pretended to care about sports so that I could hang out with him on Friday nights, and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, knew nothing about sports, cared nothing about sports. Hey, I really want to learn about how to be a sports reporter. Can I come out with you on Friday nights and hang out and shoot high school basketball with you?
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Cute John intern wants to hang out on Friday nights? Yeah, I'm not asking any further questions.
Right, mission accomplished. So you guys both moved here to Texas at the same time. So
Actually, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No, getting to Texas was
a process.
A process.
Oh, wow.
We
10 years.
We had some stops in Boston, in Albany, in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
And it was in North Carolina where Mike eventually got the chance to come to Dallas, and it was actually when I was going back to school for meteorology. So I kind of had to start all the way at the beginning again, and I took a job in Myrtle Beach. So we did long distance for almost 2 years, and that's when we got engaged, and then I moved to Waco. And I worked in Waco for about 3 years before I came to Channel 11. So,
Which is really what brought us to Waxahachie. We needed that midway point between Dallas and Waxahachie.
Exactly.
We moved into an apartment just off of 287 3 weeks before we got married.
A week before we got married. A week before we got married, yes. I remember because I was like, we're crazy.
I don't remember much of that move.
That's true, yeah. So we moved in late May of 2018, and we have been in Waxahachie ever since. And I don't think we always thought we were going to stay in Waxahachie, but as you mentioned, when COVID happened, everyone kind of was told to stay home, and so we stayed in Ellis County. We didn't really leave Waxahachie for months, right? Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it just kind of became hard to leave, when push comes to shove, and, we got pregnant, and now we've got a little baby, and, I think Waxahachie is a great place to raise her. So.
Yeah, I mean...
As you would know.
Absolutely. Well, because I just had my, our second little one just, a few days ago, so...
Congratulations.
Thank you. I definitely can identify with the crazy move in life just kind of happening in the periphery, because my oldest son, my 7-year-old, was born 2 or 3 days into being in our new house. We weren't even unpacked. Nothing. We were trying to get in, and we thought we had like a couple more weeks. And then he was entry to a growth restricted, and all these things were going on, and we went up to the doctor for a checkup, and they're like, hey, guess what? You're having a baby today. And we're like, okay. Guess that's happening. And then he was in the NICU for 2.5 weeks. It was just nuts. So I have to ask, since you guys came from the Northeast to here, I'll ask individually first, what was it like adjusting to the football and sports culture here in North Texas?
It's definitely different. I mean, I played high school football growing up. High school football in upstate New York is not high school football in Texas, especially not north. I mean, the DFW area is just out of control. So it's fun. I mean, Lord knows we're plenty busy with the Cowboys and with Luka and the Mavs and Rangers and Stars. Whenever Stars are okay, Rangers are still trying to find themselves. But they all keep us plenty busy. But then you add in the high school stuff, and I mean, it's unbelievable. It's one of my most fun parts of my job is covering the high school football and basketball here. I mean, both of them are really, really high level. So it makes the job fun.
Have you been to a Waxahachie NS football game yet?
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
I mean,
okay. I was about to say you don't really know football in Ellis County.
I know, man.
You've seen, and I've also, I was in band, so I wasn't on the field. I was kind of cheering you guys on, and then sitting there looking at our watches, waiting for you guys to get off halftime. But the Waxahachie NS game, and then you have was it 6-man in some of the smaller communities, and we have some serious Tater has taught me that we have some nasty 6-man rivalries here. I mean, it gets pretty well spirited, I guess I'll say. And so
6-man football, if you haven't seen it, it's basketball on grass. And
right.
It's fun, man. It really is. It's cool.
Yeah, I haven't been to a game yet, but Avalon Milford, I think, is the one that I have been told to go check out. So if somebody save me a seat, because I'll definitely check that out next season. And then I'll ask for you, which we were talking a little bit about how you were in the 5 Points area for a little bit. Were you there during the October 20th, 2019 tornado that went through that area?
Wait.
October of 2019.
So that was
the tornado.
No, that was May 3rd. I'm sorry. I'm May 3rd
of 2021.
Yes.
Oh yes, I was 6 months pregnant, and I was the one who confirmed the tornado on the ground for the National Weather Service and all of the and all of the TV stations because I was streaming. It was, I mean, So I was working from home because I was pregnant and we
Right.
were in COVID. And so I had done my newscast at 4 o'clock. And then, okay, are you just not gonna have it? You just not, yeah.
Let you talk.
Okay. So I had done my newscast at 4, and then obviously we knew the severe weather was coming in, and I just offered to kind of stay on standby, continue streaming, and we were actually pointed in a different direction, and I said to Mike, because he had his camera equipment for Channel 8, and I had my camera equipment for Channel 11, and I said, let's...
We're doing competing live shots
Yeah,
across the patio.
I said, let's change position, and the power had gone out at this point, so we knew something was going down, and we had heard about power flashes a little farther south, and so we were changing position with all of our gear, and all of a sudden, illuminated by the lightning, we could see.
Right.
I mean, we were just where we were a mile and a half.
Yeah.
So it was my first time ever seeing a tornado in person, because
Okay.
a lot of the time I'm in the building
Exactly.
covering it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually seeing it, and so a little in awe. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking, okay, I'm 6 months pregnant, and I haven't been paying attention to radar, and I don't know which direction this is going.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go inside.
Right, yeah.
She gets her camera, moves it out front, gets this shot of the tornado, and like we were both standing there as the sky lit up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go grab my camera. I go grab my camera, come back, and she's gone. I'm like, where'd my wife go?
Follow the meteorologist. Always follow the meteorologist, right? And to my Midlothian people, yes, I know I got that wrong. October 20th, 2019 was the one that went through that area. So
okay.
just don't, I'm normally really geeky about like dates and like getting everyone right. And, just don't shoot the messenger. But yeah, so that was kind of my question. It was like, what was it like to? Because I'm in the same situation, right? I'm always in a studio and I'm kind of relying on spotters to tell me what's going on. So having been up in the Boston area, there's not a lot of tornadoes up there.
No.
So
They have their bouts of severe weather, but a lot of the time it's more severe thunderstorm warnings with hail and especially winds. Obviously, winter weather is a huge thing up there. Blizzards, nor'easters, and for a long time we were wanting to go home. That's and the idea of forecasting winter weather up there now, especially after having been in Texas so many years and kind of understanding how to forecast here. I mean, we've had our bouts of winter weather, right? I mean, especially the last couple of Februaries, but the severe weather season here in Texas is unlike anything, and I mean, it just gets your adrenaline pumping. You get to mid-March and you're like, all right, we're ready to go. Yeah.
Or, December for some
or
reason. But
October,
whatever.
November.
December 28th, so 26th, 2015, right after Christmas for no good reason.
That was right before I moved here.
Oh, wow.
I moved, so I was like, what am I getting myself into?
Right.
Coming from Myrtle Beach.
I know, yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
And so the last, I'll get off the weather bit selfishly. Last question I have is, what is it like forecasting winter weather here as opposed to there? Because I know here it's almost impossible because you have such factors that the slightest change can make all the world of difference. Mm-hmm. And up north, I would imagine at least that things are a little more stable in terms of what to expect. I'm sure amounts are rainfall amount or snow amounts rather hard to catch. But so what is the difference between forecasting that here as opposed to in Northeast?
I think winter weather is tricky no matter where you are because that degree is so important. As you're talking about here in North Texas, a degree or two is the difference between all rain or ice or snow. Up north, that degree or two or a slight shift, 10 miles in the major system is the difference between 2 inches of snow or 12 inches of snow, right?
Right.
So I think winter weather forecasting is similar almost everywhere because of that and the challenges that a degree or two pose. I think the big difference here is it's not something that's prepared for quite like it is.
She agrees.
Yeah. It's not something that's prepared for quite like it is up north. Their budgets are for plow trucks and sand and more than just brine, right? And here, budgeting, I have to imagine, is more for severe weather season and drought impacts and things like that. But as our climate is changing and we're having more intense events, I mean, we've now had pretty significant ice events, winter weather events, 2 Februarys in a row. So I think it's something that is going to have to be considered by emergency managers in the years ahead, is just how do we prepare for this? How can our governments and our school systems be more prepared for this? So.
Absolutely.
And Bobby's trying to make a point.
Should we go layer down maybe? We're definitely in nap time, but...
That was a big adjustment for us, though, just moving from the Northeast to down here in the South, whether it was here or even in Charlotte when we were there, or South Carolina. We're so used to, if the snow and ice doesn't come between the hours of like 3 and 6 in the morning, you've got school that day. Because they're that good at cleaning it up and getting it out of there. And this is
if you can walk to school, you're going to school.
Right.
That
was
was
both ways.
Well, but
down here you get like an inch and a half, and I'm like, I'm going to the mall, and people, you can't go out on the ground. Are you crazy? I'm like,
well, and as a forecaster, that's a really big responsibility. Is that these schools shut down and governments send everyone home and, businesses close, everyone goes to work from home, and you're like, am I really confident enough in this forecast? Because there is that degree difference. So it's a big responsibility, as you know.
Right. So you guys both work at different stations. So what is that like? Like, what is it like to your sports at 8, your weather at 11? So what is it like to be at 2 different? Like, are you guys usually on the air at the same time, or do you have kind of different shifts?
Not usually, but there are moments. We've got friends at both of our stations that have sent us clips, because at a lot of the stations you'll have a television monitor somewhere in the building that has all 4 of the local stations in little quad boxes on the screen.
Yeah.
And she's in one corner and I'm in the other corner at the same exact time. That's kind of cool. I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was a very cool moment to see. But that doesn't happen often, because usually she's at 4 and I'm usually 6 or 10, or on the weekends, or wherever I pop up all over the place. But whenever I'm in the 4, there's a pretty decent chance it's gonna happen.
If I'm in the 5, 6, or 10, we see each other. But.
Right, so you're reporting, are you usually at games and you're doing live shots or that kind
now
of
that
thing?
we're kind of finally starting to maybe at least a little bit come out of COVID and things are happening again, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm at basically every Cowboys game I can get to, certainly all of the home games, and between myself and Joe and Jonah, one of us will always be at each of the road games. So I'm probably at 10, 11, 12 Cowboys games every year, and certainly every playoff game for the other 3 teams, and a good handful of their regular season games too. So it's
we have
6-year-old
busy
me
seasons.
is very happy.
Right.
We have busy seasons. Like, football is to him what severe weather is to me, and our schedules get a little more complicated. So finding childcare was interesting, because it was like, so how flexible can you be? If there's going to be severe weather that night, or if a game runs into overtime, how flexible can you be? And we love the college student that we have that watches our daughter. But
she does a great job.
yeah, but it takes some coordination. We have very demanding jobs, which lots of people do, but we have demanding jobs that have crazy schedules sometimes. So there's a lot of coordinating, and we're giving ourselves a little grace. And fortunately, we have employers who, whether they're parents themselves or they just sort of recognize that this is a new chapter for us, a new season for us, they're being pretty gracious about
very understanding
about trying to make it all work. But it's a week-to-week thing right now.
Day to day.
Sometimes day to day, yeah. But we are in the midst of severe weather season, so it's kind of wacky for me. And with the Mavs playoffs, it's been a little crazy for him.
Yeah, I love your commentary on Facebook. It's fun to see the little snippets of that just happened, that kind of thing. So, and of course, usually I see that I'm knee deep in a project. I'm like, well, what did I miss?
Yeah.
So what have you guys come to like about Waxahachie, about Ellis County? You came from a totally different part of the country, so and you live in the city, you've lived in the rural areas. You've kind of gotten to know, and then of course with COVID, we kind of got you stuck here. So, what has it? What have you guys found about Ellis County that you like, or maybe that's different? What's the really adventure been like, kind of getting to know these communities?
I think one, we have genuinely come to love the town, and the downtown area is gorgeous, and there are those elements of just it's nice to live here. I think more than anything though, we are not from here. We don't have any family anywhere close to here. My brother and his wife and their baby that live in Atlanta, and her brother and his wife and their babies, they live in Atlanta now. Just recently, they moved down there as well. That's the closest family we've got, whatever that is, 4 states away.
Yeah.
So developing the relationship that we did with the Hansons, I mean, they have become family for us. They are Elena's 3rd set of grandparents. I mean, truly, yeah. So
it was
she
hard.
hadn't been here 3 weeks, and Erin said to me, she's like, I don't think that I want to leave Dale and Chris. Because we've been looking, one station in Fort Worth, one station in Dallas. We've been looking in Grapevine and Flower Mound, and somewhere just in the middle, just make it easy. We go our separate ways, and off we go. And we've been looking there for a year and a half, and hadn't materialized for one reason or another. And Elena had been here for 2 or 3 weeks, and she's like, I don't think I want to leave Dale and Chris. And about 2 weeks after that, we found this place and started the ball rolling.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's family is blood, but family is also who you make it. And COVID certainly heightened that, I think, for all of us. And it takes a village to raise a baby, and that's our village, and so just thinking, we just talked about it, we're like, if there's an emergency, who are we going to call? And that's who we were going to call. So it's a little bit of a commute for me, but I was also driving to Waco, so it's shorter than driving to Waco.
Exactly. And in a much better time of day.
A much better time of day, yeah.
She was doing the mornings.
Oh, wow.
So I'm coming home. This is when we were living in the apartment that we first moved, off of 287, when we first moved down here. And my job is generally nights.
Yeah.
Sports.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I've been working some form of a 3 to midnight, 2 to 11-ish schedule my entire career.
Right.
So I'm getting home. She's literally waking up because she would be on the air at 4:30, had to be at the station at 2:30, which means she had to leave for her hour drive to work at 1:30, which means every morning she was waking up at 12:30 in the morning. So I was making her eggs as I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, giving me breakfast.
Literally 2 ships passing in the night, and it was
Just kind of high five,
Yeah.
See ya on Saturday.
Right.
night / good morning. And
Yeah.
But we.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Hansons are our people here, but also having, a baby now, we're meeting more young parents. We got into this neighborhood in January, and we have some really nice neighbors that we're developing some nice relationships with. But I mean, a lot of people are coming to Waxahachie, coming to Ellis County. They don't realize, everyone thinks it's so much farther, but it's closer to Dallas than McKinney is. But everyone's like, oh, we got to live north. It's a 30-minute drive to Dallas. So, and I think
when I tell people that, they're
really,
they think it's like an hour away.
Right.
And so,
I can be at Channel 8 in like 27 minutes, and they're like, "You guys shorter
we
drive?"
can't tell the cops that, But no, we.
I don't even have to speed that much to do that.
Right.
That much.
But But I think, and because so many people are moving here, I think that a lot of growth is happening. So there's going to be more things for the kids to do. There's going to be more things for adults to do. I mean, even the revitalization projects in downtown Waxahachie. We love the trails. And, they've got the new dog park and the new farmer's market. And, we love the local coffee shops. I mean, and so it just keeps growing. It just keeps getting better. And the traffic might be a little bit crazy as they're redoing the roads, but
second grocery store might be
yeah,
good.
Second grocery store. We welcome that. Because HEB is great, but it's a little crazy.
It's funny to hear that as somebody who, in the back of my mind, Waxahachie is still what it was in the '90s. Like, 287 bypass was like it, and beyond that was like fields. And you had Kroger and Walmart, but Walmart was like across the street, and it just this whole thing. It's huge now compared to what it used to be. And you're right, it is so close. And folks, I think, feel like south of I-20, there's just kind of like farmland, you know. And then, but we do have Ellis County is growing exponentially, and we do have so many people moving here, and a lot of them, funny enough, find Ellis County weather because I think they go like on Facebook and they just look up Ellis County or Waxahachie or whatever. And so I hear from them all the time of, I had no idea there was so much here, and I'm going, well, I mean, there's a lot, and we're getting more. It's just always growing. So I want to wrap up by giving you guys a chance to promote your stations, your social media, where we can find you guys and watch you guys. I know that Ellis County, we love our local media personality, right? As many of you have like stopped me in the grocery shop and like in the parking lot and all this crazy stuff. Like, I want a picture. I'm like, this is the weirdest thing in the world. But so tell us where we can find you guys. I know you're on at 4. I believe.
Yes, usually Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. But as we are 24 hours a day. All the shifts have to get covered, so you might see me at other times. But meteorologist Erin Moran on Facebook, and if you just search Erin Moran on Twitter and Instagram, it's there too. It's a lot of dog content, a lot of baby content.
I was about to say, she definitely gets her coverage.
Yes, little Elena is a force unto herself. Yeah, she's
time for Weather with E Squared.
It's time for Weather with E Squared. Yes.
Awesome.
So, love to, and at HEB quite a bit. You can feel free to say hi at HEB or.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
It's kind of the center of the universe.
Or Target. Target is my jam. TJ Maxx too. Sorry for that.
All of our money is
all
going
the money at TJ Maxx.
All the money. I'm kind of all over the place. Certainly on weekends at Channel 8. Anytime 6 or 10 generally, but also 4 and 5 o'clock. On any given day. If there's a sporting event happening, that's generally where I'll be. At Mike Leslie WFAA on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram
and your Friday
all
Night
that fun
Lights
stuff.
show.
Yes, I'm not in that mindset right now because it's April, but yeah, Friday Night Football, our high school football broadcast every Friday night on the WFAA YouTube channel. So that is
one of project of his.
Oh, it's one of my very most fun parts of my job. I'm just not thinking about it at the moment because it's April. But
I remember you telling me about the Waxahachie-Ennis rivalry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, having gone to Waxahachie High School, I can tell you it's like, we love each other, we do. We just don't act like it. It's that football game. It's like, you kind of wonder like how are they just not open and fighting in the streets? Like, it's aggressive, man. But two great communities, and I kind of had the best of both worlds because now I cover all of Ellis County. So hopefully the folks in Ennis won't hold that against me. I do love you guys. Maybe I'll do what we had a congressman one time that he'd go to the game, and he lived in Ennis, but he represented the whole county in Congress. And at halftime, he would cross the field ceremoniously. It's kind of that thing. Of course, all the Waxahachie people were like, "You live in Ennis, we know where you're at, right?" So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for talking to us, for welcoming us into your home. We'll definitely be watching you guys, and we really appreciate that you guys are here and that you're investing in the community. I think you guys have even done like a fundraiser for Waxahachie Care.
Yes,
which
yeah,
is
good.
one of my favorite charities. I worked for Hope Clinic for a long time and worked very closely with them. So special place in my heart for them. So
They are great.
thank you so much for not only being here, but investing in our communities and being a part of it.
Well, and thank you for from a meteorologist perspective, getting life-saving information is really important. So you got to find the people where they're at. And they are at Alice County Weather.
Well, a lot of them are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this story. We always have really interesting stuff coming up. And if you have a story that you think we should cover, an interesting person, an interesting charity going on, any of those kind of things, shoot us a message. We always love to hear those things. We're pretty good at scoping out those stories, but man, we don't catch them all. And we know that there's folks in this county that their story is not always being told, but they're really investing in their neighbors and their community and the future of these places that we love so much. So thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.